Welcome back for more Reddit stories. Today we have several IDontWorkHereLady stories for you to enjoy. As always, don't forget to share and like if you enjoy these videos. Without further ado, here we go. Woman threatens to have me fired from a store I don't work at. It finally happened to me and I'm apologizing now because I'm a mobile user, you know the drill. For some context, I work at a pretty popular grocery store in the Midwest that's based out of Iowa. Now, when I say popular, I mean popular. The town I live in voted this grocery store as the best grocery store in the county for the third year in a row. And this store opened in 2015. My uniform consists of a red polo with the company's name embroidered in white, black dress pants and black shoes. Now to the story. This happened last night. I had just gotten off work and I was still in my work uniform on my way home when I realized I forgot to get groceries after I clocked out. Instead of turning around to go back to the store, I decided to stop by Walmart since it was on the way back to my apartment and I only needed two things. Go into Walmart, pretty tired from my 9-hour shift. I work in a floral department and since it's homecoming season, I spend my entire shift wrapping flowers and making corsages and all that fun stuff. It was very busy that day. And go to look for some bread to make French toast in the morning. I'm standing in front of the bakery looking for the right type of bread for a few minutes when I felt a tap on my shoulder and someone sighing heavily. When I turned around, I saw her, Karen. She had the haircut, the makeup, the everything. Me, can I help you? Karen, I've been standing here for minutes waiting for you to help me and you're just looking at bread. You are terrible at your job. Now help me find the toilet paper. Ma'am, I don't work here. I work at a different store down the road. I'm just a customer. She pauses for a second and looks at my shirt before huffing in my direction. You're lying. That store would never have someone like you working for them. Take me to the toilet paper now. Me, at this point, I'm starting to lose my patience. It's been a long day and I really did not want to deal with her attitude. Ma'am, if I did work here, why would I be wearing the uniform of their #1 competitor in town? Karen, so you can get away with being a piece of lazy trash at work, but I won't stand for that. I'm getting your manager. Whatever, lady. Karen storms off with her cart and I carry on with my shopping. I grab the bread I needed and some milk. I'm about to go to the checkout lane when I see Karen come barreling towards me with a manager in tow. Her. This is the worker who is being very rude and isn't doing her job. Fire her. The manager gives me a confused look, noticing my polo that has the company name of the store I work at. Manager, ma'am, this girl doesn't work here. I've never seen her before and I know all the workers on my night crew. And it's pretty obvious that she doesn't work here considering she has a polo for another grocery store. Karen, you both are liars. Is this how you treat your paying customers? I'm never shopping here again. The wild Karen storms off and the manager apologizes to me for the trouble and ended up giving my 2 groceries to me for free considering what just happened. The only reason I'm posting this now is because this morning before I went to my college class, I stopped by my store to cash a check at customer service and I told my coworker about my story. The best part about this story, we have a list at my grocery store of pictures of customers who are banned from the store. I had a feeling in my gut and asked to see the list. Guess whose picture was on top of the list? Karen. Apparently, there were 3 recorded times where she left carts of frozen or cold products in front of the restaurant connected to the store containing hundreds of dollars worth of products for hours and then just leave the store without paying for it. I'm talking about expensive steaks, crab legs, lobsters, large cheesecakes, milk, etc. All of this product had to be thrown away because it was no longer safe for consumption. After the 3rd time of this happening, she was banned from my store. I guess I'm lucky, even though she knows I work here, she can't legally enter the store. Talking to someone in your own time? How dare you? This happened yesterday in my local supermarket. The cast: LOL, lovely old lady, K, entitled Karen, M, manager, CE, confused employee, and of course me as me. I'm a fairly tall guy, 1.97 m or about 6'5" and I get asked to grab something off the top shelf by someone shorter than me on a quite regular basis. And when I see someone struggling to reach a product, I often offer to help myself. So of course, when I saw this little old lady all stretched out and standing on her toes trying to reach for a pack of crisps, I asked, "Do you need some help, madam?" Lovely old lady, "Oh yes dear, if you can grab me 2 packs of those crisps, that would be wonderful." Me, "No problem, here you are." Hands her 2 packs of crisps. The lovely old lady then starts about how I remind her of her grandson because he's tall as well, and he also wears those kind of music t-shirt. I'm wearing a shirt with the skull of the Whispered One from Critical Role, but I choose not to correct her on that one. We keep chatting for about 5 minutes, and during this time, the Karen of this story pops her head in the aisle 2 or 3 times and looking in our general direction. I didn't think anything about it yet. So, about 5 minutes, the lovely old lady thanks me again, and she goes her own way. Time for me to choose what kind of crisp I want. Nope. Karen, "Are you finally done talking? I've been waiting for 15 minutes. What do you think your boss would say about wasting 15 minutes talking to a customer?" Me confused, I'm pretty sure he doesn't care whom I talk to. Okay, you're trying to tell me he doesn't mind you wasting time? Me, yeah, and even if he would mind, I don't see how it would be any of his business. Nonsense. Anyway, I need brand X coffee beans. Me, still oblivious to the fact she thinks I'm an employee. As far as I know, all coffee is in the next aisle. I'm sure you will find it there. I know it's in the next aisle, you idiot, but the shelf where it's supposed to be is empty. Well, sorry, can't help you then, and I turn around looking at the crisp again. That's it, I will have your job for this. It's not until now I realize she thinks I'm an employee there, even though I'm wearing a black shirt with a skull on it and the employees wear a light blue button-up shirt with a name tag. I wanted to explain to her that I do in fact not work there and this must be a misunderstanding, but she is already storming off. I continue shopping, and a few minutes later, when I'm standing at the diary section next to an actual employee who's talking, I hear her shouting again. "Karen, that one, that's him." Manager walks to confused employee next to me and asks him, "This lady tells me you have been wasting 15 minutes just making small talk to a customer and then you refuse to help her. Can you tell me what happened?" No, that's not true. I did help someone find the grated cheese, but then I went right back to stalking." "Hey, no, not him, the other one," and points at me. M looking at me and then to K, "Madam, this is obviously not an employee here." Me, "No, how the F did you think I was an employee? I obviously don't look like one." Karen, "And now he's swearing at customers too. You need to fire him." I just face palm at this moment, then look the manager in the eyes and say, "You know what? No need to fire me. I quit effective immediately." I then turn to the confused employee who's failing to understand what's going on and say, "It was nice working with you, mate. See you later," and shake his hand. I could see all 3 trying to figure out what just happened when I walked past them to the checkout, and I couldn't stop laughing on my 3 minutes walk home. I don't set the public transport prices, and I don't decide on closures. So this is not your typical story about some Karen going bananas in a big box store, but about a Kevin blaming everybody but himself for his poor planning. On to the story. I live in a large European city, and like many European cities, summer holiday time is when all sorts of big maintenance works are carried out so that commuters are inconvenienced as little as possible. I didn't go on holidays. I was in a medium interchange station between commuter rail, suburban buses, and the metro. This station has a direct link to the airport with suburban rail, but that was cut due to the mentioned maintenance works, and now instead of a direct link, there were 3 train changes and a ride on a replacement bus service. The metro did take you to the airport with 1 change of lines. In come Kevin. A pretty scuffed up young guy, pretty nervous and apparently on such a tight budget that €10 broke the bank. Don't travel without some petty cash for unforeseen kids. Anyway, I was loading a ticket onto my public transport card from the vending machine, and this guy walks up to me and starts asking how to get to the airport. No, excuse me, no, do you speak English? Just, what's the fastest way to the airport? Anyway, I tell him that the quickest way will be a taxi. He can get outside of the building. Oh no, that won't do, that's so expensive. So while I was still feeling helpful, I tell him that the metro goes there with 1 change of line. That was fine with our man, so how does he get on the metro? by touching your transport card with a valid ticket at the turnstile. He waved some paper ticket from the railway company in my general direction, saying that they told him that was good to go to the airport. I tell him that the metro is not the railway and he will need another ticket. Does he have a transport card? No. So since I was still by the vending machine and I was still feeling helpful, I punched in all the options to buy a public transport card with a ticket to the airport. Grand total a little over €8 because the airport has a surcharge. Oh no, that's too expensive. I stopped feeling helpful. Look, I don't work for anybody here, I don't set prices, I'm just enjoying my weekend and I try to be helpful and now you're raising your voice on me? I'm not being treated like this, you see how you get on. I made a quick turn to the turnstiles, touched my card and got in. Kev went on screaming profanities behind me and I just flipped him off as I descended on the escalators to the platform. Before anyone asked, I didn't get into the service cuts on the railroad and replacement service with this guy because even I didn't fully understand it. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, a like will be highly appreciated, it really does help my channel out. Also, if you enjoyed this and want to stay up to date on the latest videos, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening and I'll see you in the next video.